Hi Pisces, welcome to your November reading. So the astrology for November for you looks really like how are you representing yourself in relationships, and where are you allowing yourself to share who you are? Where are you allowing yourself to overshare who you are? How are you communicating effectively? And releasing the expectation that other people are going to understand where you're coming from. As we get into November, Venus and Mercury are going to be in Libra. Mercury retrogress back to Libra, but it will go direct again on November 3rd and come back into Scorpio. So there's this need for you to find the balance with communication and information and relationships and how people are connecting with you, basically. And this has been a huge year of change, and it's been a huge year of chaos. And some of us have been living in survival mode. Some of us have been doing fine, and we've just sort of been skirting past all of the issues and skirting past all of the things and not really paying attention to the bigger picture or even the tiny details, right? And so this month for you guys is putting both of those together and allowing yourself to say, I'm not going to succumb to what other people want me to do, and I'm going to balance out my own self-worth with the needs and my own personal needs and my own personal values and how I really see myself. Venus being in Libra, Venus loves being in Libra, and she's going to be there. It's going to be a very quick, she's only going to be there for a month. And so towards the end of November, as Venus moves into Scorpio, and Mercury will also be in Scorpio, moving into Sagittarius in December, there's this underlying need for you to have a more spiritual base with other people and it not be so surface level. You guys are really looking for a connection. And I think that November is going to find you realizing that what you have settled for in the past is no longer going to cut it. And as you're moving forward into 2021, we're already talking about that. We're only a couple months away. But as you're moving forward into 2021, how do you want your life to look differently? And how are you going to change the way of doing things? Because you guys you feel so much more than what most people feel. You, along with Scorpio, along with Cancer, you guys are like the most psychic of the zodiac, right? You guys feel so incredibly deeply. But how are you allowing yourself to feel deeply for other people when they're not feeling back for you? How are you allowing yourself to dig too deep into relationships without considering, oh wow, is this person really on board with me, or am I being shined on by them? And it's not that I think that you guys are delusional in any way, shape, or form. It's just that when you give yourself to other people, you sort of tend to forget about the other part of paying attention to whether they're actually giving back as much to you as you would like. So that's what we're sort of looking at, and following that rule of thumb of really paying attention to what it is that you're giving back to yourself the most, more than anything else. Let's see what we have here. The burden of the air sign. That's what I wanted to say. The burden of the air sign. So, let's get two more cards. So I have this Queen of Swords here, and she came out with the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles in the top row. I know that you've been manifesting. I know that you've been planting some seeds for your future. And I know that there are some things that you really want to accomplish long term, and it does feel like there have been some blockages. It does feel like there have been some restrictions. But the reason why, and this is, you know, my belief system, and you can feel the way that you want to feel about your, you know, about how I say about this, but to me, the reason why I feel like we get blocked by the universe in some of the ways that we're trying to accomplish certain things in our lives, and we get blocked by the universe, it's sort of like the universe is protecting us from ourselves. So when you feel like you're coming up against a brick wall in November and you can't find the door, you can't find the gate, you can't find any way to get past that brick wall, just remember that maybe you're not supposed to be getting past that brick wall. Maybe you're supposed to turn around. Maybe you're supposed to pivot and see what's on the other side that you weren't paying attention to. You've been paying attention to this brick wall for so long that it's almost as if your eyesight has gone dim from the peripheral vision or from anything else that's happening in your life or anything else that's going on. So we have the Queen of Swords, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. Now, this Queen of Swords could also very much be you being super, super focused on the things that you want for the long term. This 10 of Wands is really saying that you have been trudging up this hill over and over and over again, and I feel like this is the brick wall. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have been working your ass off. You've been trying to really capture that goal and get to that point and allow yourself to see past your own stuff that's been holding you back. But then you hit this brick wall and it's like, but Betsy, I've seen past what's holding me back. What's wrong now? Well, the universe is trying to protect you from making a decision that will take too long to detour to get to the point, right? And then we have the Queen of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. And then on the bottom here, we have the Hanged Man, which is your energy, the Devil, and the 3 of Cups. Now, I know that with the Hanged Man, a lot of different kind of connotations, stigmas can come out of the Hanged Man energy. I see the Hanged Man energy as looking at things in a different perspective. Yes, that means that we have to sort of pause for a moment and allow ourselves to readjust to the circumstances that are going on. But not too much longer will you have to deal with the effects of Saturn being in your 11th house. The 11th house is community, it's humanity, it's innovation, it's, you know, pushing things forward and regrouping, right? And making things better as a community, right? Soon it's going to be in your 12th house. So you're really going to have to look a little bit deeper within your own shadow aspects and see how you've been blocking yourself from progressing in that way. You see what I'm saying? There could be also a Capricorn energy that you really have the feels for. Could be an air sign with Capricorn energy, could be a Capricorn. But I feel like with the 3 of Cups, now the 3 of Cups does not automatically go to a third party situation for me. I'm not that reader. The 3 of Cups for me is about celebration. It's about coming together. It might be a little over exuberant sometimes, but the 3 of Cups is you and me coming together and making a third energy, which is source energy. And so there is some sort of Saturnian lesson here when it comes to, you know, this last month and a half that it's going to be in your 11th house. This is some sort of lesson in how are you relating to other people and how are you allowing other people, or it's not even allowing, how are you coming together with other people that are like-minded individuals, and not necessarily how are you coming together with people just because it looks good or just because it sounds good or just because it's, you know, you feel like this is just the next best step for you. Let's see. I feel like your friend groups are changing in really big ways because you're tired of holding the torch almost. You're tired of being the one who has to make sure that everybody else is okay. So let's see what this Queen of Swords is. Yeah. And, you know, it's interesting because I wasn't really getting a good vibe from this Queen of Swords, this air sign. If this is you with that Five of Swords on it, then you may really just be kind of lying to yourself when it comes to what it is that, like that next step that you need to take. Or whatever it is that you're trying to create, telling yourself that you're not capable of doing it because of whatever reason, right? Whatever reason that we decide to come up with in our brains and think that we're not good enough or something. You see? So, or this could be that you have a very clear indication, because of how psychic you are, you have a very clear indication that you're being lied to by somebody. And when that first red flag shows up for you, and you realize that you're in the same pattern that you were in 3 years ago, and you say to yourself, oh damn, I am not going to do this to myself again, that's when you pivot. That's when you recognize that there is no trying to get past the brick wall. Hold on a second. It's really freezing cold here and super dry. So my throat is like, I'm trying not to lose my voice because it always happens. Knock on wood, it does not always happen. It does not always happen. I cancel that statement. I will not lose my voice this year. Okay. So we have the High Priestess on that Ten of Wands, and that's exactly what we were talking about. It's exactly what we were just talking about. Like, you know, you're seeing the pattern. You are seeing the pattern re-up itself. You are seeing the pattern reset itself. You're seeing the pattern start all over again. Whatever that pattern is, whether it's that you are falling too quickly for somebody, whether it's you're rushing into something without looking at all the details or seeing everything clearly, whether it is the pattern that you're telling yourself that you're not able to do something when you're perfectly capable of doing it. So with that, because the High Priestess is your energy as well as the Hanged Man. So you are showing up loud and proud in your reading today. And you already can tell that the doors that you've been opening and the directions that you've been going are, it's almost as if you don't want to go back down that same rabbit hole that you went down before. What I'm curious is about, okay, this is why. I was going to say, what I'm curious about is why are you still going up against that brick wall when you know that you need to turn around? And it's because you want something that's lasting. You want something that's spiritual. You could have a Taurus in your life too. You could be trying to grow something with a Taurus or create something with a Taurus here. But with the Hierophant on the Seven of Pentacles, I think more than anything, what is the Hierophant? The Hierophant is about spirituality. It's about higher learning. It's about the moral compass that we all hold. Sometimes it can be societal standards. I feel like what you're trying to build right now, Pisces, is something that's substantial and long-term. And I think that because you are such a forgiving person and you are so open and accepting, that can be to your detriment sometimes, because you so badly want these people to be good. You genuinely want to think of people as being good. And when that doesn't happen, and people show you that not everybody, I mean, I have that same belief system, like I genuinely think that I always give people the benefit of the doubt. It's always innocent until you prove yourself guilty to me, you are an innocent person. But what happens when they prove themselves and then you just keep going? What happens when they give you that red flag, when they show you that thing and you don't take a moment of pause? You get sideswiped, even though you saw it coming. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's what that Five of Swords is, you getting sideswiped. And I don't want that to happen to any of you. So, the great pause, the reset, the pivot, that's what the Hanged Man is. The Hanged Man is the pivoting. And that's where you'll find the victory in all of this. Because then you can see clearly everything that has been blindfolding you up until now. Everything that you have really, really, really wanted to believe in. And allowing yourself to really, really, really believe in that. And I get it. But that Six of Wands on that Hanged Man is saying, just wait. Just be patient with yourself. I mean, you guys are a mutable sign and you always want to keep going and just keep swimming, right? You're like Dory in Nemo. Just keep swimming. You want to keep going. You want to think about the good in people. You want to express yourself in ways that people understand you. But when you get to that point of no return and there's nothing else left for you to do, you stop and you turn around. And that's where the victory is going to be. That's where the lesson, the Saturnian lesson will be learned. That not everybody is a genuinely good person. Not everybody is looking out for your best interest. And as unfortunate as that is, the only thing that we can do is really pay attention to what it is that we have. Okay, so we have a Virgo or a Capricorn or a Taurus in a big way. That earth sign is definitely not showing their cards for sure. But that Saturnian lesson is teaching you that when you are a genuinely good person and you just continue to be a genuinely good person and you put your healthy boundaries up where you can still be vulnerable enough to give yourself to other people, but when they start showing you their asses, let's just say it that way, when they start showing their asses to you, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't play that game anymore. And if that earth sign or air sign, whoever it is, I feel like that air sign is actually you. I think that you are determined to not get blindsided. But when that earth sign shows their ass to you again, or any earth sign shows their ass to you for the first time, there's definitely something to that. And then at that point, the only blockage, because it's tough, you know, it's hard to be in a position like that, and because you really want to genuinely see the good in people, but at the same time, you know that you can't trust everyone. And when you get to that position, when you're in that position, woo, what do you do? What do you do? So we have this Seven of Cups and the Star. You focus. You focus on your goals. You focus on your aspirations. You focus on what it is that you need in order to allow yourself to be guided. That Star in the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is saying that you have so many opportunities that are starting to unfold in front of you, that focusing on just one opportunity or focusing on just one thing in your life is going to derail you from everything else. You see? Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Oh, damn. I love it when the cards are right. I love it when the cards are right. Ace of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. So out of all of these 7 cups that we're trying to get to your purpose and your dream and your aspirations and all of the things that you want to do, we have the Ace of Cups here. Oof, back in your element. Thank you very much. And maybe towards the end of November, this air sign redeems themselves. Because I feel like it might be an Aquarius that's got you all wrapped up, or an earth sign that has you all wrapped up. And I honestly feel like this earth sign is a huge karmic lesson for you. It's a huge Saturnian lesson for you on what not to do. Quite interesting. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And then we have the King of Swords. Yeah, the Ten of Cups and the Fool. So this air sign that we started the reading with, so the cautiousness, you being super cautious, could be the thing that you have to pivot on. That thing that you are lying to yourself when you're hitting that brick wall and you're like, I don't understand why, you know, people can't be open to me, or I don't understand why I can't be open to other people, or this or this or this, or, you know, like talking yourself out of stuff. A lot of that is because you've closed yourself off, and that brick wall is you closing yourself off, so it's time to pivot. Because once you allow yourself to see things in a different way, and you fill up your own cup first. You give all of that love back to yourself. That person or people that are supposed to be attracted to your energy will just be there. And it'll be divinely guided. And it'll be something that you don't have to force. It will be a much easier existence between the two of you, and it won't be rushed. You see? All right, you guys. So I have the second week in November, actually the first and second week in November, I have a lot of openings for my reading. So if you want to get a reading from me, all of that information is in the description box. I'm doing astrology, tarot, Akashic readings, all of that stuff. I also have the 6-month pre-orders going right now for 2021. If you pre-order, you'll also get December. So all of that stuff is in the description. I only have a few spots left for the 6-month tarot readings. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? I think that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful November, and I will see you very soon. Bye.